What's the point of getting rich if no one respects you? What's the use of power if your name means nothing when you're gone? Why build an empire if it dies with you? Carnegie asked himself those questions. Then he built answers in steel, in books, and in people. He didn't just earn money, he mastered the game of legacy. These 20 laws weren't written down in one list, but they're drawn directly from the autobiography of Andrew Carnegie. The lessons he lived, the values he practiced, and the code that turned a poor immigrant into the richest man on earth. By the end of this video, you'll have those same laws in your hands to build not just wealth, but something far more powerful, your own character. You ask what makes a life well lived. I shall answer plainly. A man's legacy is not the wealth he accumulates, but the character he constructs. Gold may dazzle, but it is merely borrowed from the earth. Character is forged in the furnace of effort, tempered by failure, and polished by how we treat others when we have nothing to gain. The statue of a man is not built of marble or steel. It is carved daily in deeds both grand and small. I have walked among captains of industry and humble clerks, some rich in coin, others rich in memory. I've known men who held fortunes yet died impoverished of spirit, leaving behind warehouses of dust. And I've known humble engineers and librarians whose names few remember, yet whose lives quietly uplifted generations. Never confuse scale with significance. The most enduring contributions are often invisible. An honest example, a courageous word, a quiet act of justice when it costs you. Son, when the final audit comes, and it will, may you be found wealthy in loyalty, in the courage to stand alone if right, in the friendships you nurtured and the principles you upheld. Let no obituary mention only your holdings. Let them say, he built more than structures, he built trust, opportunity, and hope. A good man leaves behind more than assets. He leaves behind admiration. That is the truest inheritance. There is no greater gift than the habit of reading. In every well-bound volume lies a silent teacher, a lifelong companion, and a lantern to guide your way through the darkest uncertainties. As a boy in Scotland, our home was humble and money was scarce. Yet when a stranger opened his personal library to working boys like me in Pittsburgh, he handed me more than books. He handed me the ladder by which I would climb. Through books I sat beside Roman emperors, walked with poets, negotiated with statesmen, and worked with inventors. I learned page by page that greatness is not bestowed, it is cultivated. Reading teaches the mind to reason, the heart to feel, and the tongue to speak wisely. It teaches one to measure truth by more than rumor, to analyze before judging, and to delight in lifelong inquiry rather than easy certainty. A well-read man can converse with the dead and outthink the unprepared. You must not merely read to pass time, but to spend it well. Read widely, yes, but then read deeply. Return to the same book with older eyes and a wiser heart, and you will find that the book too has matured in meaning. Choose books like you choose friends, a few well chosen, who challenge, inspire, and elevate you. And once you find such books, keep them close. They will not only shape the man you become, they will protect you from becoming someone less than you could be. If I could give you just one gift, it would be the love of reading. Books helped me become the man I am. When I was young, we didn't have money. But in Pittsburgh, a kind man named Colonel Anderson let boys like me borrow books from his library for free. Those books changed my life. They taught me more than any classroom ever could. Books are like secret doors. They can take you to faraway places, show you how great men thought, and help you solve hard problems. When you read, you are not just passing time, you are training your mind. A person who reads is never poor because he carries knowledge everywhere he goes. And knowledge, my boy, is worth more than gold. Read many different kinds of books. Then once you find one that speaks to you, read it again. Good books have more to say each time. And remember, choose your books like you choose your friends. Carefully. The right ones will stay with you for life. Let me tell you something important. Working hard is only half of success. The other half is saving what you earn. When I was your age, I wrote down every penny I made and every penny I spent. That simple habit helped me build everything later in life. Most people rush to spend their money as soon as they get it. Don't be like them. A smart man doesn't chase riches, he builds strong habits. If you earn a dollar, save a dime. If you want something expensive, wait until you can truly afford it. That's how you stay free. You won't have to beg or borrow if you live below your means. Don't try to look rich. Try to be steady. The man who keeps his promises, shows up on time, and doesn't waste money will always be trusted. People will want to work with you. And when a big chance comes, you'll be ready because you'll have both discipline and dollars. There is something more valuable than money, more powerful than talent. That thing is your word. If people can trust you, they will want to work with you. But if you lie, cheat, or break promises, it won't matter how smart or rich you are, people will walk away. In business, many are tempted to take shortcuts. Some make deals that look good for them but hurt others. That's not success. That's greed. A true man of character does what's right, even when no one is watching. I'd rather lose a deal and keep my honor than win by tricking someone. In the end, the honest man sleeps better and lives longer. Whenever you face a tough choice, ask yourself, will I be proud of this tomorrow? If the answer is no, then walk away. You only get one name. Guard it like treasure. Because once it's broken, it's hard to fix. In life and in business, you won't get far alone. You will need people by your side, partners, helpers, friends. But be careful who you choose. A good partner makes your life easier. A bad one can bring you down fast. Don't just look at someone's skills. Watch how they act when things go wrong. That's when a person's true self shows. Do they blame others? Do they quit? Or do they take responsibility and keep going? I always trusted men who stayed calm in trouble and kept their word, even when it cost them. Also, choose people who are different from you. If you are a planner, find a doer. If you are quiet, find someone who speaks well. Strong teams are made of people with different strengths who trust each other. Want to be part of a team that thrives under pressure and plays to win? Book your interview below. Link in description. Let's build something powerful together. And one last thing. Never partner with someone just because it's easy. Take your time. It's better to be alone than to be tied to the wrong person. Never be afraid of new ideas. When something better comes along, a faster tool, a smarter method, don't fight it. Learn it. Use it. That's how I built my steel business. Many men were scared of the Bessemer machine, but I saw its power. It made steel cheaper, faster, and stronger, and it changed everything. People will always say, "This is how we've always done it." That's the cry of the man who will be left behind. But the man who asks, "Can we do it better?" He leads the way. Machines are not enemies. They are helpers. They take heavy work off our backs and give us time to think. Don't be the last to change. Be the first to try. And when you find something that works, build on it. Improve it. Share it. The world belongs to the ones who aren't afraid to let go of the old and reach for the new. When people fight, both sides lose something. It may be money, time, or even lives. That's why I believe in settling arguments with calm words instead of loud weapons. We don't need more war. We need more wisdom. In business, I saw many disagreements. Some were solved by shouting or suing, but the best ones were settled by sitting down, talking honestly, and bringing in someone fair to help. That's called arbitration. It means letting a trusted person help both sides find peace. It works in courtrooms, in companies, and even between countries. If more people learned to listen before they shouted, the world would be a safer place. You don't have to agree with everyone, but you do have to respect them. Being strong doesn't mean picking fights. It means solving them without harm. If you ever have the power to calm a storm, do it. Never forget the men who work with their hands. They may not wear fine clothes or sit in offices, but they build everything we stand on. The steel in our rails, the bricks in our buildings, the engines in our ships, they come from their sweat. Respect them. When I started in business, I didn't always understand this. I made mistakes, big ones. I thought numbers mattered more than people. But over time, I learned that when you treat workers fairly, the whole company grows stronger. A happy worker does better work. A trusted worker becomes loyal. Listen to them. Visit the workshops. Ask questions. If there's a problem, don't just look at the papers. Talk to the people. Pay good wages. Give bonuses when you can, and share success. If trouble comes, try peace before pressure. You don't have to agree on everything, but if they see you care, they'll walk through fire for you. The world is changing fast. Machines are getting smarter. Buildings are taller. Bridges are longer. To keep up, we need more than good intentions. We need skilled minds and trained hands. That's why I believe so strongly in technical education. Schools shouldn't only teach history and poetry. They must also teach how to build, fix, invent, and improve. A boy who learns how engines work can help run a factory. A girl who understands electricity might light a whole city. The future belongs to those who know how things work and how to make them better. When I built libraries, I didn't just want people to read, I wanted them to grow. If you ever have the chance to support a school, a lab, or a workshop, do it. And if you meet a young person eager to learn a trade, encourage them. Smart thinking is the tool of progress, and technical knowledge is the sharpest edge we have. When hard times come, and they will, remember this. Don't lose your spirit. I've seen banks close, factories fail, and markets crash. I've felt fear in my stomach and doubt in my heart, but I never let those things stop me from moving forward. That's what optimism is. It's choosing to keep going when everything says stop. When the panic of '73 came, others froze. I bought bridges. In 1993, when steel demand fell, I built more mills. Why? Because I believed the storm would pass, and it always does. Bad times make most men hide. But the man who keeps working, keeps building, comes out stronger than ever. Being hopeful doesn't mean being blind. It means seeing the problems, but also seeing the path through them. If you believe things can get better, you'll work to make them better. That belief is like fire. It warms you and lights the way. So when trouble comes, don't run. Don't panic. Take a deep breath, square your shoulders and ask, what can I build from this? No man succeeds alone. Behind every great achievement is a group of good people, friends, mentors, partners, who helped make it happen. A smart man doesn't just build factories, he builds strong relationships. And that kind of wealth lasts longer than any coin. I made more progress through trusted friendships than through clever contracts. I remembered names, sent thank you notes, gave books, and listened more than I talked. That's how I earned the friendship of men like Huntington and Dodge. When I needed a helping hand or a new chance, they were there. Not because I paid them, but because I had earned their respect. Never look at a person and only see their title. Look at their character. Treat the janitor with the same kindness as the president. You never know who holds the key to your next big step. And when you rise, lift others with you. Friendship is not a trick. It is not about taking. It's about giving without asking, caring without counting, and showing up when it matters most. Words are tools. Used well, they can open doors, settle fights, win trust, and even change the world. That's why you must learn to write clearly and speak with purpose. If you can explain your ideas with power and grace, people will listen and follow. Writing isn't about big words, it's about clear thoughts. Say what you mean. Cut out the fluff. Use strong verbs. A short letter that hits the point is better than a long one that says nothing. I always wrote my own letters, and I rewrote them many times until they were sharp as steel. As for speaking, don't try to impress. Try to connect. Speak slowly. Pause. Let people feel your words. And always know your subject before you open your mouth. A speech can move hearts, or it can lose the room in a minute. If you want to lead, learn to write and speak with honesty and care. Those who master words can shape ideas, and ideas shape everything else. Money is a useful tool, but it's also a test. If you learn to manage it wisely, it can give you freedom. But if you chase it without care, it can trap you. That's why I want you to learn the habit of handling money with purpose, not pride. Here's a simple rule. When you earn $1, divide it. Save 10 cents. Give 10 cents to someone who needs it. Invest 10 cents in something that grows. Then live on the rest. It may seem small at first, but over time, these small habits build great strength. Don't waste your money trying to look rich. A quiet man with savings has more power than a loud one with debt. You don't need the biggest house or the newest suit. What you need is peace of mind. That comes from knowing you have enough and are using it wisely. Keep track of what comes in and what goes out. And never forget, the goal is not just to make money, but to keep it, grow it, and use it to make life better for others too. The world will try to convince you that success means showing off. It doesn't. A man with true strength doesn't need to shout it. He shows it through quiet confidence, steady work, and how he treats others, especially those with less. When I started making real money, it was tempting to buy the biggest house, the fanciest carriage, the finest clothes. But I always reminded myself, I came from a small home with little more than hope and books. That's where I learned real value. Don't let success pull you away from your roots. Pride can be dangerous. It makes men wasteful, selfish, and blind. But humility keeps you sharp. It helps you see the truth. You don't have to live poorly, just live with care. Let your actions speak louder than your spending. The man who doesn't need to show off is the man others trust. Remember where you came from. And when you grow, stay grounded. Simplicity is not weakness, it's strength in its quietest form. No matter how far you go in life, never forget your mother. She gave more for you than you'll ever truly know. When I was building my business, your grandmother worked late into the night sewing shoes just so we could eat. She gave me her strength when I had none. And I vowed to repay her, not just in money, but in love. It's easy to get busy chasing dreams, but take time to visit, to write, to listen. Buy her flowers while she can still smell them. Tell her thank you while she can still hear your voice. One day you'll wish you had said more. Your mother may not ask for much, but she deserves everything. She is the quiet root beneath your tree, and the deeper the root, the stronger the growth. A man who honors his parents carries strength in his heart. Never forget who helped you take your first steps, so you can take the next ones with gratitude. Life is not only about business, work, or making money. If that's all you chase, you'll end up rich in coins, but poor in joy. You must also feed your heart. That's where art and music come in. They keep the spirit alive. Even when I was busiest, I made time to listen to music or visit a gallery. A violin can ease a troubled mind. A painting can lift your thoughts. These are not useless things. They remind us why we work so hard in the first place. Not just to survive, but to feel alive. Don't wait until you're old to enjoy beauty. Fill your home with music. Hang pictures that inspire you. Read a poem now and then. Even in a steel mill town, a man can carry music in his soul. Joy is not weakness. It's strength in another form. It gives meaning to your effort and rest to your heart. So laugh often, sing if you can, dance if you dare. And remember, happiness shared is happiness doubled. Your body's like a machine. If you take care of it, it will serve you for many strong years. But if you ignore it, push it too hard, feed it too little, or let it rust, it will break down before its time. You cannot build a future on weak legs. I learned this the hard way. In my younger years, I worked long hours, skipped meals, and slept too little. That pace wears you down. Later in life, I found peace in walking, fresh air, and games like golf. Don't wait until you're tired to take care of yourself. Health is not something you fix. It's something you protect. Make time to move every day. Eat clean food, breathe deep, rest when you need to. These things may seem small, but they add up to big strength. You wouldn't run a factory with broken tools, so don't treat your body worse than your business. Your mind needs your body. Keep it strong, and you'll think clearer, lead better, and live longer. Time is your most precious tool. You can lose money and make it back, but every minute wasted is gone forever. If you learn to use your time well, you'll have a head start over most men. Start by protecting your mornings. That's when your mind is sharpest. Don't waste those hours on small tasks. Use them to plan, think, and make your biggest moves. At night, don't force big decisions. Your brain is tired. Rest instead and return strong tomorrow. Focus on one thing at a time. Multitasking sounds clever, but it makes you sloppy. Better to do one job well than three half done. If you start something, finish it. And don't let others steal your time with their confusion. Be kind, but be firm. The man who controls his time controls his future. Build your day like a strong house, with clear walls and solid doors. And above all, never let busyness replace progress. The world is bigger than your street, your city, or even your country. If you want to grow into a wise man, open your eyes to how other people live, think, and build their lives. Travel if you can. Read about faraway lands, learn a new language. Each step outside your bubble will stretch your mind. When I first came to America from Scotland, everything felt different, but that difference taught me new ways to think. I listened, I learned, and I built something better because of it. The best ideas often come from mixing what's old with what's new, what's yours with what's foreign. Don't be quick to judge, try to understand. The world needs more bridges and fewer walls. When you meet people who speak differently, dress differently, or pray differently, show them respect. You'll be surprised what they can teach you. A small mind stays home. A great one travels, even if only through books. So lift your eyes beyond your borders. There's a whole world waiting to shape you. Money is a powerful thing, but it is not the purpose of life. Many chase it for comfort, others for pride. But the truth is, money is just a tool. What matters is how you use it. A man who dies with a full bank and an empty soul has failed. I've made great fortunes, but I learned that real satisfaction doesn't come from owning. It comes from giving. That's why I built libraries, supported teachers, and helped others rise. I believe deeply, the man who dies rich dies disgraced. If you earn wealth, give it away while you're alive. Use it to help others help themselves. That is how you make your money matter. You don't need millions to be generous. Give what you can, where you can. Invest in people, in learning, in progress. Build things that last beyond your lifetime. It may be a school, a business, a good example. Money will never love you back, but the lives you improve with it, the young minds you inspire, the burdens you lift, will echo far beyond your name. That is a legacy worth leaving. If anything in these words stirred something in you, pause and ask why. Maybe it's because you're not just chasing more. You're looking to become more. A man who stays grounded while rising, who honors his roots, sharpens his mind, and builds with intention, not noise. This isn't a community for everyone. It's for men who lead with quiet strength, protect their time, and use their success to lift others. If that sounds like you, we'd love to meet. Book a short interview using the link in the description. One real conversation, no pressure, just clarity. Not ready yet? That's fine too. Subscribe to the mailing list and stay close. The right words have a way of finding you when you're ready to hear them.